Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. How you guys doing today? This is Keon Corniff, also known as Mr. Finance, and welcome to another great money talk this morning. Such a pleasure to have you guys on this morning, and happy Thursday, guys. How are we feeling today? I hope we're having a fantastic day. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. And let me tell you, today's another beautiful day to really get the day started, get the blood pumping, and just remind yourself that you are everything that you need to be. Just remember to remind yourself that every day, all right? Say, I am enough, all right? Just remind yourself every day that I am enough. And let me tell you something. What is due for you will come to you, all right? They always say you never lose, you always learn, okay? You never lose, you always learn. So today, let's talk about how not to lose, right? Today we're going to talk about how not to lose, and how not to lose require us to understand retirement planning, right? We're going to talk about retirement planning and different kind of investments that most people look into. So in order to really and truly understand retirement, right? Retirement planning, you got to understand two things, okay? I want you to write this down. When they talk about retirement planning, guys, you got to write down two things that you must understand about retirement planning. It's either, and listen to me now, it's a defined benefit plan or it's a defined contribution plan. That's how easy it is to determine what is your retirement plan. It's a defined benefit plan or a defined contribution plan, right? It's a DB or a DC. DB, DC. Defined benefit, defined contribution. You just got to know which plan you have, right? You got to know what kind of plan it is. It's funny that people will say, well, I have a retirement plan already. Guys, stop saying that. Stop saying that. Anything can be a retirement plan. Your savings account could be a retirement plan. Your life insurance could be a retirement plan. Your HSA could be your retirement plan. Your checking account, your stocks, your mutual funds. These are all different kind of ways to create your retirement plan. That's why I always said that if you understand taxes, you will know where to put your money for your retirement plan, right? So don't get caught up in all the mix, man. Don't get caught up in the sauce, all right? Don't get lost in the sauce. Because many of you get told your 401k is a retirement plan and your IRAs are retirement plans. OMG. Guys, retirement is knowing what you need, and your retirement is knowing what you need to save. That's your retirement plan. It's not the product. It's not the thing. It's knowing what you need to save and knowing what you need when it's come time to retire. All right, that's what retirement plan is. So I know for many of you guys, it's probably confusing to hear this, and it's probably not been told to you this way. And it's, you know me, I'm going to give it to you raw, direct, and straightforward. All right, because you and I were given the Kool-Aid. Some of us drink it a little bit till we got diabetes. Okay. And some of us drink enough and say, no, thank you. I need water. I'll take the water this time. Sorry, I'm not into the sweet stuff anymore. Because I've seen it give a lot of people diabetes over there. Right? So that's where a lot of us are. You know, us millennials, we're not falling for that trap. I'm sorry. Now, is there some millennials that's into it? Yeah, a lot of them. A lot of them, they glorify their 401ks as if it's the best thing sliced bread because they never learned what it really is. So retirement plan requires you to understand the difference between defined contribution and if it's a defined benefit. That's all you have to do. Once you understand those two things, you pretty much understand the retirement plan. So now, let's talk about defined benefit plans, right? What is a defined benefit plan? I want you to think of the word defined benefit. Define, definitely knowing benefits that's getting to you. Defined benefit plan, right? So if you know your definite benefit of what you will get from a defined benefit plan, which is also known as a pension, okay? Your defined benefit plan is also known as a pension because it tells you, or better yet, the distribution from a defined contribution plan is built upon and will be determined by the amount of years you work for the company and what was the salary level, okay? That's why it's called a defined benefit plan. So if you know you work for this company 30 years and you are making this much amount, and you know for a fact that based upon the amount of years that I work for this company, and if I work to that company at this current pay salary, this is what I'm going to have later on. If my pay salary change, that means this will change. You know exactly what you're going to have because it could be projected based upon the years that you got to work for a company. This is what you get, right? So that's what I call a defined benefit plan. Now, here's the cool thing about defined benefit plans, your pensions. Your pensions will pay you until you die. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? A pension will pay you until you die. And even in some cases, it will even continue and pay your spouse, right? This is what's awesome about a pension. This is what makes a pension so awesome. That's why I said that the day that they got rid of the pension program and implemented with a defined contribution program, that was the day the American dream was stolen right in front of you. And many of you celebrated it. Many of you jumped up and down and actually was happy about it and said, bring on the 401ks, bring on the 403bs, woo, 457s, IRAs, man, I feel good. And when the song's over, you stop dancing. You know when the song get over for many of you? Every time the market fluctuates. Oh yeah, you stop dancing, the music stops. You just like the DJ when he scratches the record. Right? That's reality check. Am I lying? Anybody on the line? Yeah, right. Comment below. Comment if you think I'm lying, right? Am I speaking facts today? Comment. Because here's the thing. The pension program was put in place so that way families would not be left without a substantial amount of money coming in during unprecedented time, especially in retirement. Do you guys remember what was called the Great Depression? Ooh, the Great Depression, right? You know why it was called a Great Depression? It's because there was more broke people than anything else. There was a lot of people that didn't have a lot of money. The market wasn't even performing at its best anymore. And it was people retiring. Do you know that there's 10,000 baby boomers? Listen to me now. There's 10,000 baby boomers turn 65 every day, and this will be continuing up until 2035. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? 10,000 baby boomers turn 65 a day, and this is going to continue until 2035. Why you think Social Security put up on there that they'll be exhausted in 2035? Because that's be the last year that the last baby boomers turn 65. What happened to Generation X? What happened to Generation Z? What happened to the millennials? Huh? Man, y'all not woke. No, better yet, you are woke. You're just not awakened. I'm all the way awake. No sleepy eyes over here. So this is what you got to look at, right? Because do you know why the pension program get taken away? It's because it's very expensive. It gets very expensive for many corporations over the years. Why? Because people are living longer. You guys won't die. All right, you guys not dying soon enough. Due to technologies and mechanicals and advancements in medicine, people are living way too long. It's not like in the early 90s where people lived to around 50 something years old, and in the 90s where people will probably live to around, 60, right? People are living to their 90s now, hundreds. The longest living guy right now in America, I think he's almost 120. Can you imagine a company paying out a pension to that guy? And if he retired at 65, OMG. Imagine if you have 100 of those, 1,000 of those, or better yet, you have 10,000 of those people. What happened to a company? They could go bankrupt. Many companies folded because of their pension program, A lot of you guys don't know that. So, that's the reason why, and better yet, now the company is responsible to make sure that money's there for you. So now they got to be on the hook. All the pressure and responsibilities on them to make sure that money's there for you when you get there at your retirement age. Do you know that your companies that give you a pension, they hope you die early? Oh my God, they hope you die. Right? Because then they'll have to pay out that much that early. Right? Guys, we really gotta wake up. I know it's 9 something in the morning, but you better wake up. You better wake up. Now, how did defined contribution plan become this big thing? How did it become this norm thing where I could sit down in front of someone and tell them that your 401k ain't nothing? And they'll look at me and say, Keon, what you know? My company match. My company match, Keon. Isn't that a good thing? I match. Match. So what is the match? Is it $1 to $1? Keon, I get 5%. My company match 5%. What is 5% on $1? What's 10% of $1? Huh? What's the most can you put in your 401ks a year? Huh? Okay. But you say they do what? They match? Cool. How much can you put in your 401ks a year for that 5% to really even fluctuate and actually show any real results? Think about that. Oh, I told you this class was going to be heavy this morning. Right? Who learning something? Hit me with a yes. Hit me with a yes right now if you're learning something. How many get a gut check this morning? Right? That gut check, right? Hey, you're still listening. That means you got strong gut. Good. Right? That's gut check. But let's continue. Right? Here's the thing. A defined contribution plan was discovered in 1978 by a gentleman named Ted Benner. Ted Benner was hired by a bank in Pennsylvania called Johnson. I'm not going to stop telling you the story until you remember it. Johnson was a bank that was looking for ways how to get a lot more tax write-off. Ted Benner was a consultant that was hired to do so. So when he discovered the tax code, he created what was the first form of what's known as a 401k. Johnson took it and go on and said, great. They enrolled 52 people inside of this program. In 1982 was the first ever rollout of what is now known today as a 401k. The reason why that happened, and this is the first original story because even Ted Benner himself talked about it in his biography. He said, my intention was never to ever replace the pension plan with a 401k plan because that was never the plan. The plan was to make sure that people have access to some extra funds as an emergency fund. That's why the whole three-legged stool concept came into play, where you should have had your company pension, your personal savings, and Social Security. Now, here comes where Ted Benner added on a fourth stool, a fourth leg on the stool. And it was called your defined contribution plan. Because if you touch the money before 59 and a half, yes, they was okay with losing 10% because it was access to emergency fund, because you couldn't take money from your pension program until you reach the acquired age. So what all great companies do, they find ways to get more tax break and sell you the dream, aka the Kool-Aid. And you guys drank it. Oh man, you drank. They sat there and like, hey, someone get her a new picture. She's running low. Refill. On me. They refilled you on them. Yeah. So a deferred contribution plan is known as the IRS tax code. It didn't say IRS retirement plan. It didn't say retirement plan. It said the 401k, 403bs, 457s is known as the IRS tax code. Oh, I wonder what tax code is that land underneath. It's called a deferred plan. What is a deferred tax bracket? Oh, it means pre-tax. It's pre-tax money, and pre-tax money is deposited in an account. It's money that haven't yet paid income tax on, but you'll be paying taxes on every withdrawals afterwards. Taking it out at 59.5, you're going to be taxed as ordinary income. Take it out before 59.5, you'll pay a 10% penalty in addition to federal and state tax, depending on the state that you live in. Don't take it by 72, you will lose 50% of your money because you failed to take out the required minimum distribution. OMG. So Uncle Sam does not tax me on my $1,000 that I put in now, but he's going to tax me on every penny if it grows to $500,000 later. Genius. And then when I die, you will be taxed as, estate tax. OMG. Wow. I've learned that Uncle Sam is one of the most patient men in the world. What a patient man. It's a guaranteed payday. It's a guaranteed payday. That's why when you call HR to say, hey, I have some questions about my 401k, my 403bs, and your 457s, your IRAs, or whatever else they got you with. They're sending to another company. And they say, this is the company that administers your plan. It could be a brokerage firm, a mutual fund company, a life insurance company. It could be financial advisors, whatever. But it's not your job that does it. So if you don't believe it that your job get a nice tax write-off for enrolling you into this, please go to, where you could go to find out this information if it's true. How many of you guys have Credit Karma? What I'd like you to do is to go on Credit Karma. It's free. I'll look for you to go into the section where you can file taxes. And when you file taxes, I want you to go into the Schedule C section. And in the Schedule C section, you're going to see an option where you could put in if you offer your employees 401ks or any deferred plans, because you get a tax credit for that. Ooh. How many people know that? Comment if you did. Or yes or no. How many of you guys knew that? Right? How many of you guys knew that? Go to Credit Karma. I file my taxes every year. Sometimes I think about ways how to enroll people or hire someone and enroll them into a 401k plan so I can get some more tax write-offs. Am I doing something illegal? No, I'm giving them what everybody didn't tell you. It's a retirement plan. I can determine if I want to contribute to it, because your company have the choice if they want to match or if they don't want to match. But when they do match, you think your company is doing something great. If your company is going to do something great for your match dollar to dollar. Now that's a good way. Okay, if I put in 8,000, great. I know you're going to match me dollar to dollar. That's 16,000. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Dollar to dollar match? Yep, I like that. But don't think because they match you that they love you. They match you because it's a tax write-off. So I love when people say, well, my job is so great. You guys sound so crazy. My job is such a great job. My job love our people. If they loved you so much, why didn't they give you a pension? If they loved you so much, why didn't they give you a pension and a 401k and access to learn more about things like even Roth IRAs, different life insurance packages? Because you know what? They give their executives a life insurance package. You know what it's called? Key person insurance. How come they don't give you that? Because you're not a key person. I'm not, hey, don't be mad at me. I'm just a messenger. All right? I'm just telling you the truth that nobody want to tell you. But how about this? Why you think, listen to this now, because I you know, why you think when they give you your 401k, right? And they say, hey, you choose what investment portfolio that works best for you. You choose. Not them tell you what to choose. They say, you choose. Please review and let us know which one you like. You choose. And when you do choose, and the market goes down negative, and the market fluctuates, and the market does not perform to what you're liking, and you go over there and you say, hey, I lost a lot of money, man. What's going on? And guess what? They say, you know what they hit you back with? Well, you chose that. You chose that. You picked that portfolio. You picked that risk class. You did that. So you know why they call it defined contribution? Listen to the insult now. You ready for this? Oh man, this is why I understand how people are so happy to have a 401ks and all these things, because it's like a spit in your face. This is how they think about you. Listen to this. They said that defined contribution plan is known to be defined contribution plan because you know exactly what you put in it. You know how much you contribute to it. Defined contribution. Defined contribution. You get it? You know exactly what you put in it, but you won't know what you may get back because of the market fluctuation. You can't determine what the market's going to do, and that money that you contribute to it, it could perform well or it could perform really bad, depending on the investment strategy that you choose. Think about that. Defined contribution. Now you let me know, is that fair? Is that fair that you is being treated that way? Guys, we got to wake up. I love when people say, well, Ken, what about an IRA or a Roth IRA? You know, a lot of people talk about, I know I'm going to rub shoulders with a lot of real estate people now when I talk about this whole IRAs and self-directed IRAs and Roth IRAs. Listen, man, if people pick up a book and stop following old logics, self-directed IRAs and Roth IRAs or simple IRAs and SEP IRAs, the only time these things are good for you is if you're a business owner and you just want to have tax write-offs. But today, if you set up what's known as a life insurance too, you can get those same tax write-offs if it's set up properly. So the old days of self-directed IRAs and Roth IRAs, guys, that is so outdated. Don't believe me? Read Infinite Banking. Read the book called Infinite Banking. You want to do real estate? You want to invest a lot of money? You can set up your IULs. You can set up a whole life. You can set up a universal life. You pick. You can pick whatever cash value life insurance. Set it up the right way. Fund it the right way. It would develop the same type of cash as if you want. And guess what? You could contribute the amount that you think that's best for you based upon how it's set up by the 7Pay. But don't come to me and tell me that, oh, what about the IRAs, Keon? What about your I hear them all the time. I hear it all the time, and I just sit there and I shake my head. I really do. I really, really do. I really shake my head. Now, is there some good perks in them? Yes. But I'm just saying there's other ways to do it where you don't pay any taxes at all. There's still ways. See, that's why I tell people that if you understand taxes, you know where to put your own money. The problem in America or around the world, I can't speak for the world. Let me talk about where I am. I can speak for America. The problem with America is that Americans do not know nothing about finance. They know simple things. They know the bank is safe. They know their 401ks and their pension is a retirement plan. And they know they're going to retire at 65. And they hope to not die within the first 10 years of retirement. Many Americans today, if you ask them one question, and it's the one question I've been asking this whole week, do you know your FIN number? Do you know your FIN number? I text 30-something people that I've known. And I said, do you know your FIN number? All of them said no. Even if I dumb it down and said, do you know your FIN number? I said, hey, do you know how much you need in retirement? As far as income-wise when you retire, do you know how much you need? Oh, I never thought about that. I had one person said, I'm too young to think about retirement. I was like, oh boy, Lord of mercy. Well, I thank God I'm an immigrant that love to learn about money. Because I look at America as one of the greatest countries in the world. One of the greatest places that you have opportunity to learn, to expand your knowledge, and you don't even got to go to college for it. Because all the information is public. As long as you have a cell phone, you can go on Google and search things and read things. You can go to the library and get books. You could join the campaign like this and go to the workshops and learn, and it doesn't cost me anything. And yet still we have people that still don't understand how to control their money. It is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. It's almost became a choice. They said if you make a mistake more than one time, it's a choice. It's a choice. You made a decision to make that mistake again. Right? If you made the mistake more than one time, it became a choice, a decision. You made that decision to make the mistake again. Right? So I hope you guys got a lot. Right? And I just want to give you guys some quick updates real quick. And then I'll open up the floor for any questions, or you can write down the questions now in the chat room. But real quick, tomorrow we're going to be talking about some more, right? I'll probably touch a little bit more into some investments, all right, for tomorrow and give you guys some more insights. Monday through Friday, we have our workshops as well, right? We have workshops every Monday through Friday. And workshops are from 2 p.m. Eastern time to 8 p.m. Eastern time as well. So make sure you mark that down on your calendar to make sure you don't miss that. We also have our 30 by 30 financial literacy campaign, right? Because financial education isn't an option, it's a necessity. And that's why World System Builder is committed to educating and empowering 30 million families by the year 2030. Another thing I want you to know is that our financial literacy classes, you know, where you can come and learn the 4 steps to financial freedom every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sundays at 10 a.m., 12 p.m., and 6 p.m. Eastern time. You could come in for the workshops and come and learn some more. So if you'd like to learn more about our campaign and our opportunities, please, every Tuesdays at 7 p.m., Saturdays at 12 p.m., we provide more information on that. So you're more than welcome to come. You know, me and my fiance and many of my other business partners, we host these classes so that way you guys can learn more about the opportunity. I want you guys to go check out my brother, Rory Douglas. Go subscribe to his YouTube channel. It's called Highlight Scholar, right? Check out his show on YouTube. It's an incredible show. You know, it's just as informative as Money Talk, and you can get more information over there. Go subscribe, comment on this picture, and tell him Mr. Finance sent you, right? That's my brother, man. That's my big brother, and I want you guys to go support it. Follow him on all social media platform, Facebook, YouTube, all of that. All right. Definitely go support my brother Rory Douglas. So every Monday through Friday, remember we have Money Talk from 9 a.m. to around 9:30. All right. So every Monday through Friday, remember Money Talk is always here to empower. All right. So remember, you're one decision away from changing your future for the better. So always remember, the choice is always